Alright, welcome back to our computer literacy program. We've been going through a lot about the Windows and the desktop. We've been going through a lot. We've been saying Windows, desktop, icons, taskbar, a lot of things I've been going through in here. So today I'm going to continue from where we've ended in our third lesson. Today we're going to open the Wordpad application and continue from that angle. So Wordpad. So this is my Wordpad. I just have to click it and the Wordpad will open for me. Then we will go a lot. Now in our previous lessons we just type something and we just save it. Today I'm going to take a look at things that you can use this application for. First of all, let's go to the file which contains new, open, save. Save, as I made mention, save helps you to add up or save a fresh document. Gives you as the two has the same thing, but in some certain point you can change it. Example, if you want to save a fresh document, you can use the save or the save button. Fresh document means you just type your letter or whatever that you want to work on it. You finish typing and you want to save. If you click on the save button, it will give you a save dialog box. Example, if I click on save as, this dialog box will come for me to save the document. That means that I have not saved it at all. I'm about to save it in the first time, so it will give me this option. Now let me cancel it and go back to file menu and choose open. Open means that you've already have a document or you've done a document which you want to open it and will continue. The open gives you access to do that. Then if you go back and you go through the list, you have print. Print also gives you access to print it. If only your laptop or your computer has been attached with the printer, you can print it direct from there. Then the other options as time goes on we'll be going through, but the most important areas is the print, save as, open, and new document. So I'm going to open a recent document that we just did. If you could remember, in our previous lessons we typed a letter for an employment at the cash oil. So I just open it. Now when I open it today, we're going to add in more features. First of all, we have home. Now when you come to home, you can see that I have so many properties in here. The first one says clipboard, the second one says font, paragraph, insert, then edit. So we'll be going there one by one. Assuming I don't need this document, so how am I going to delete it or clean it? This is my cursor and I have the sheet. So where the cursor is, all that I have to do, I just have to click at where that I want to delete or clean it. So assuming I don't need this address, so I just have to click here. Then I'll use my backspace from my keyboard and press it. So the magazine, the cache area will be off, so that it will left with the manager there. Then I'll type in well or any of the petrol filling station. Even let's assume if I want to apply a letter to a bank or a private school, I just have to clean it, then put down the right name. So let's assume I want to apply to a private school that is let's say CBS prep school. Then I put down the magazine because the school is located here. So I'll put down the word magazine in there. So that is how we make changes if you want to make changes. Now, assuming you want to add up or you want to copy or cut a certain text of, example, the date. If I want to delete it, I just have to click at the back of the date and use my backspace, or I have to highlight. Now to highlight a text, you just have to double click on it, then the text will be selected. Or you click at the back, you click and drag. Click and drag means when you click it, you are not supposed to leave it. When you click it, then you drag it to the left side to select the text. That is what you mean by click and drag. So when you click, you hold it, you drag it back, then the text will be selected. Then you use your delete or the backspace key. It will clear off the data. Then you put down the right date which you will be used to. So I'm going to put down 13th August 2020. The A is in capital small. Okay, so 14th August 2020. So to select a text, you have to highlight it. Then you delete it from your keyboard. That is the delete or the backspace key. So any of them, you can use it to delete it. Now let's go back for editing. Now in Wordpad or in any application program that is used for typing, you can edit your text. You can do anything to your text. So now we are going to base on what edit. When I come to font command or font property here, I have so many things that I can use to apply to my text. Now to edit the text, you highlight the text. Highlight, as I made mention, you click at the back of the text that you want to format or you want to edit it. Then you click and drag to select the text. Now when you click and drag to select the text, what you have to do is you go to the font properties. If you want to use the bold, you click on it, you can see that the text will change. If I want to apply italic, it will change. If I want to apply underline, it will apply. So all these options are there for you to use it when it's necessary. So if you don't need it, there's no need for you to choose it. Now after choosing bold and underline, I want the text to be at the center. This is what you mean by the edit. So I'll come to paragraph. If I come to paragraph, I have left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, and justify. So these four options gives you access to move the text to any angle, whether from the left, center, right, and justification. Justification means you want to fill the screen or the page with a sentence. You don't want to leave any space in there. So for that method, unless you are typing an article or you have a story that you want to type and give it to the publishers, you type it in full, then use the justify keyword to fill the page, then you continue. So we are going to continue from that end by moving it from the left, centered, right, and justification. Now the next one, we have something in here. Let me do this rough sheet here. I'll continue. So you can see I have this document. Now if you can see, all the documents are in the center. Why? Because I did an edit to the title and I did not make changes to the rest, so it has already affected or taken the effect of what's centered. So I want to push it back to the left side. So what I have to do, I have to highlight the whole text and choose left. The whole thing will be lefted. Then I'll go back to remove the underline and the bold from it. Then I can do whatever that I want to do to it. Now I want us to apply other effects from the top there. Now I want the second line or the second row to be having a star, a dot, or if I can say bullet. Most of us have been hearing bullet, or we've been seeing some notes that have 1, 2, 3 and stars at in front of the text. So what I'll do, on top of the paragraph, we have this symbol here. It says start list. When you go to a higher or in word processing, we call it bullet, but for here it says start a list. So what I have to do, I'll come here, I'll click on the drop option, then I'll choose any style. Immediately I choose, you see that my text will be what affected. So this is what we mean by what bullet or star. I give them what numbering. So immediately I click enter here, all the text will be what numbered by the alphabet. I don't need it, I highlight it, I go back and it removes. I need a different style, I'll go there and I'll choose, it will affect. So this is what we mean by what edit. Edit is done when you are finished typing the rough sketch. You must finish it before you do the changes. You don't type and make changes. No. Finish the content or the text. Type everything finished. Then you make your editing. So this is what I do. Then the next one, we have something says what line spaces. If you can check, the space in between here is what we mean with the word the spacing. So if you want to make changes to it, you can pick it from this angle. Now you can see that 1.15 has been selected. So I want to choose this one. You can see that the text has reduced. If I go back, I picked 1.5, the spaces will be too big. If I go back, pick 2, the spaces will be too big. So all these things you can do it after your editing. So I still repeating it. You must finish typing before you apply your edit to the whole content. Now let's go back for another thing. If you can check it from the insert, sorry, this angle did not go there. Add the font style and the font size. Assuming I want to increase this, the title, application for employment, I want to increase it to 14. I have 11 here where I can choose it. We call it font size. So the font size, all that I have to do is I just have to choose the size that I need. Then the text will change. Then here is a style. The style that I need for my document, I can pick it from here and apply it to my text. So we have the font style at the front. Then the size too. The size too, we have the symbols in here. Grow text and shrink text. Shrink means reducing the size, then grow means increasing the font size. So that is that for the font. As I did for the paragraph. We go into the paragraph. The other one, that is the indent and decreasing, that will be located at the word section. Now, if you want to insert a picture, we have it here. It says insert a picture. So all that I have to do, I just have to click on the icon. Then a folder will open for me. Then I'll pick a picture that I want to insert into my document. So when the picture comes, then if I want to make changes to it, reducing it, I have boxes around it. So these boxes give me access to reduce it. So first of all, let me remove it from this angle, then put it under here. So I'll go for picture again, then select the picture, then the picture will come. So when the picture comes, I have access to reduce it by this box, this node. We have so many nodes around it. So any angle you can put the cursor on it, then you click and drag. If I say click and drag, I click and hold it, then I move it so that the picture will be too small for me to use it. So this is how we insert a picture. The same thing to apply to this one. If I want to insert paint, I click it, the paint program will be open for me to make changes, do whatever that I want to do in here. This is the paint option. If I want to draw something, if I want to draw any shape, something like this, I can draw it in here. Select my picture from paint, color, then fill it. After filling it, I save it. Then I check whether the picture is there or not. Then I close it. So this is how we use the paint. Then date and time too. You pick the date format, however you want it. Then you click OK. Automatically it will be inserted for you. So all these options are there for you to insert. So for Notepad, it can use it to type and edit any document that you want. So put it in your mind. We have a higher program which you can use it to do extra more things, but for Wordpad you can use it in this small angle. Now let me add 2 or 3 things before we end the Wordpad. Now if you check at the right side of my screen, I have a bar over here. We call it vertical scroll bar. If I want to scroll down to see the message under it, I just have to click and drag the button, and I can go back to the down page of the sheet. Or I can use this drop arrows here. This gives you the down option, then the top one also gives you the up option. So if you click it, it goes to the top. If you click the down one, it counts down for you. So in Wordpad, these are the things you can do. Here to the bar on top of the taskbar, we have the zoom, that is the 100% for now. If you want to increase it, you increase it purposely because maybe you have an eye problem, then you do not see the word clearly and you want it to be big. You can use the zoom tool, which is the -1, to reduce the sheet. You can use the plus sign to increase it. You do it based on your visual effect. You do it based on your visual effect. So please, these are the features that you can get it from Wordpad. Now our last option says view. When you come to view, we have the same option that we just did it at the down here, which says zoom minus or zoom plus. This is zoom in, then the zoom out, the plus and the minus, then the 100%. If you click on the 100%, it will go to the normal state view. The next one says show and hide option. If you want to show the rule on top here, if you want to show it, or if you want to hide it, you click it. So if I click the rule, this one will go off. If I click it by it will come. If I click the status, the down button there, that is the zoom options, will also go off. So those options are very well necessary. Then we have settings. Settings, if you want to set your measurement unit, you can set it from this angle. Right now you can see that the inches has been selected. So if I want to use centimeters, points or pixels, I can use it. So I want us to use the centimeters. The centimeters, you can see that the rule will be changed into a different angle. Let me switch it back to the inches and see how the measurement looks like. Let's go back to the centimeters. You can see that the centimeters has also changed. Then we have the wrap test. The wrap test or wrap web is different, but for this method I may not talk about it for now because I want us to move to the next lesson, which will be word application. For that area we'll be going into details on there. Thank you for your time. See you in the next lesson.